together. How could humour be an antidote?
I am on my period. And then you just sit back, say you go, hey John, it's that time of the month for me. Do you mind covering that meeting this morning? And John goes, yeah, sure. By the way, I'm heading off to this thing next week. Do you mind covering this for me? Why can't it be that simple? That simple. Just take away the seriousness and the war of men versus women and let it just be equal and harmonious and relaxed. We're just getting clumsy around each other. And
what does clumsy mean?
Clumsy means there's just such stigmas, and you're careful, you're eggshelling around each other because men act this way and women act this way, and this is happening, and now there's a system and a new process in place and a new legislation for this, and we're all not sure and certain of what we're supposed to say and do. And yes, of course, I've been in unfair situations. I've dealt with really psychologically unsafe environments, and yes, it creates an anger. It creates you want things to change, you want systems to change. However, when we come at it with such a dictatorship and just change this and change systems and don't have this happen, this is enough, it doesn't change because we're not bonding on it. We're clashing on it because it's that classic men want women to think like them and think that women think like them, and men and women want women or men to think like them, and they don't. And I've chatted to men in the tech space and they are so clear, and they say that they respect that it's a little bit harder for us because we've biological situations, and they agree that yes, there should definitely be things in place to help us with that. They actually agree on that. And when I've chatted to them as well, they've also said that they want to fix the problem. They're feeling a little clumsy around it because in their minds, they're like, we have this weird mentality when we are around guys. We click into this kind of rah, rah, rah mode, and we don't see anything else around us. We don't mean that to offend anybody. Now, there are people and there are guys who will mean to offend people, and that's when us as guys need to step up and go too far. However, that's how we are. We do go into a bro culture. And is it unfair? Yes. It's just, we don't mean that to create a war and it to be harming women. That's just what we tend to do, and we protect our status. That's what we have built our lives towards, is this status. And then with women, we have to prove ourselves, we have the biology coming in, and we have to, it's exhausting, right? But they understand that not all men are like that. So there's a disconnect because there's a lot out there saying organizations are wrong, the systems are wrong, which is true. But can we talk about it in such a way that we bond instead of war?